See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Speaking of the first half, Jayson Tatum kept the Celtics in this, scoring 13 points in the first quarter, being real assertive, not only attacking the hoop, but just knocking down three-point shots, keeping the Celtics in this while waiting for the rest of the Celtics players to wake up, because it's only a matter of time before that happens. But when it comes to Jayson Tatum, we already know the media hoopla, which is he's supposed to average about 30 points a game, do his best Kobe Bryant rendition. And in the NBA Finals against the Warriors, I believe he got caught up in that a little bit, settling for tough shots, especially fadeaways around 18 feet in. And fast forward to this series with the Mavs, he has shown much poise and understanding that he has to attack this according to the flow of the game. His assist numbers were up in the last two games. The Celtics providing the necessary insurance policies in Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis have allowed Tatum to kind of get into a playmaker role if need be. So he's coming into this year's finals with a whole new arsenal of just being that playmaker, because that was something that was hindering him in that series against the Golden State Warriors in 2022. So not letting the sins of the past affect today, getting caught up to being held to that Kobe Bryant standard of averaging a certain amount of points to try to get MVP in the finals, which people don't really talk about too much, is when Kobe Bryant got caught up with that in the 2004 NBA Finals going up against the Detroit Pistons. All that shot jacking that was going on in that second half, trying to overcome Shaq to get that MVP. Jayson Tatum has a hell of a resume for the players of his generation. Guys like Luka, SGA, Ant-Man, going on down. As Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, they're a little bit ahead of him as far as age. But he is the youngest player of that core crop, and he has the highest resume of constantly going to conference finals. He already had an NBA Finals appearance. He's been in countless tough playoff series, even going up against LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals. And all that experience and maturity has definitely shown in this series. And speaking of someone who was clicking, Jaylen Brown, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for the second half, including a 15-point third quarter performance. I mean, he was on fire, just one turnover. I know Celtics fans love to get on Brown from time to time with his handles, but that boy was on fire, even making big shots down the stretch. But at the end of the day, Jaylen Brown, he's been on a tear since the All-Star break ended. He just leveled up to a completely different sphere, and it really doesn't get talked about enough. And it's a very unfortunate thing in regards to the NBA media. They're used to pinning duo stars against each other. We've seen it with Ben Simmons and Embiid in Philadelphia and in countless other places. But this Celtics team right here, after getting the insurance policies of Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, this is a well-balanced team, and Tatum and Brown have done a great job of reacting to what the game is showing them, instead of trying to play their game according to a storyline in which one of them has to average over 25, 26, or even 30 points a game to win finals MVP. They're playing according to the flow of the game, and it's very beautiful to see. This is basketball right here. This is the art of basketball. And that storyline, unfortunately, does not fit into the media narrative of one sole superstar player carrying a team on his back and putting on heroic performances. So when the offense stagnates and the three-point shot is no longer falling for this Celtics offense, what is this duo gonna do? That right there is really the litmus test. What is gonna be their reaction when the game gets tight? And as Dallas marched their comeback, we've seen a few differences between how the Celtics reacted in the 2022 NBA Finals versus the 2024 NBA Finals, in which they did not settle. As we see Tatum have the wherewithal of understanding that the Mavs have an easy point of attack, so there's no reason to settle for jump shots, as he was able to create a scenario in which Jaylen Brown was able to grab the offensive boards. The Mavs, especially in the first half of the season, are one of the worst rim protecting teams. So the way the Celtics are spread out with 5 shooters, it's been a struggle for the Mavs to keep Gafford and Lively around the paint to protect it. And when you add on top of that, them having guys like Kyrie and Luka, just Jaylen Brown and Tatum are blowing past them non-stop. It's just easy penetration. You see why not settling for these shots when the game gets tight makes more sense. But these are the exact moments they should be getting judged on. And check out Tatum right here. Once again, the spread out offense is causing issues for the Mavs. Look who's down low. You got Green and you got Kyrie. Check out Lively right here. Look how far out he is. He's not going to get back in time. Tatum, decisive move for the dunk. Man, you just see the maturation with these guys. But again, in the initial point of attack, this is the conundrum for Dallas. You got Horford who can make threes. Everybody's shooting threes. So look at Lively. They're always trying to find a switch to make sure Lively and Gafford tries to stay down low. They kind of got to run from side to side at times. But that's been the Mavs counter. But they definitely catch the Mavs lacking. Look who's down low. Really got Green, PJ is the closest, and Kyrie. But again, look at the shooters for the Celtics. You got their center way far out right here, and he can knock down shots. Now with the Celtics up 4, they failed to get the switch on Kyrie with Horford. So Tatum is still stuck on PJ. But this is the exact moment right here Tatum should be judged on. Not him averaging 30 points a game. It's him being a top 5 player, or he should be MVP, or he should be striving for finals MVP. It's this exact moment right here. What does he do up 4 with a minute left? The game is getting tight. Look at all the open space in the middle. What does he do right here? This is what the talk should be about, not Tatum trying to win MVP. So right here, he decides to do a step back on PJ. Once again, look at the spacing in the middle. Again, these are the moments that Tatum and Jaylen Brown should be judged on. Right here, up 2, a minute left. Game is getting tight. What they're going to do. And check out the spacing in the middle once again. 5 out. You got a mismatch right here. Kyrie on Tatum. What they're going to do. Jaylen Brown off this switch instantly attacks. He instantly attacks his space and the weaker defender to get him on the switch. And now he's going to test the temperature of Green. Is he fully going to commit on this stunt? Because White can knock down the shot. He goes back and does not commit on that stunt. And Brown is able to knock down the shot. Them boys ready. It's looking like it's the Celtics time. Now, just like in the previous 2 games before, the Celtics defense is really showing that they are the MVP. They double team in certain spots, or depending on what players are on the floor. Tim Hardaway Jr. from here, they have no problem double teaming. Kyrie from the corner, they're not going to leave open. PJ, the same thing. But if PJ is up here, they're going to leave him open. Now check out Brown on this double team, leaving Tim Hardaway Jr. open. So instantly you already know Drew could still rotate, but the Celtics are not scared of giving up a shot from Hardaway Jr. from right here. Now Luka off this high ball screen gets the switch on Tillman. With KP out, you think this would be an advantage, but the Celtics are not going to double team once again. So even if Luka breaks him down, he's going to have to finish on his own because they're not going to give up these corner shots. Tillman does a great job holding his own on Luka. The Mavs are having issues trying to find that one Celtics player to exploit on the floor, but all 5 guys could defend Luka one-on-one in the island, whether it's in the perimeter or even in the paint.